In this video, I will walk you through the process of printing beneficiary ration ID cards in LMMS. A beneficiary ration ID card can be printed after registration for the household member to whom the card is going to be issued is complete. That's the entry point at least. That household member data, such as the full names, the picture when it's needed, and the community where the household is from, has been captured and saved in the system. Before you start the process of printing cards, you need to be logged in into LMMS server application. I'll log in using my credentials. Once you're logged in, you can start the card printing process by selecting Print ID Cards from the Beneficiaries menu. As you see on this screen, the card printing process is a three-step wizard process. The first step is to define the criteria for selecting the card recipients from the registry. Community is the name of the low-level physical location where the card recipients live. Type the name of the community in the community input box. This is a mandatory entry since printing cards have to be organized and sorted by communities before they're delivered to the recipients. If you need to target specific individuals when printing replacement cards or print card for a newly registered household, it's easier to search by name. Type the family name or given name in the beneficiary name input boxes. The search process accommodates partial names and is case insensitive. If you know when the beneficiaries were registered, you can specify the registration date range by selecting start date and an end date using the date picker. If the household members you'd like to print cards for are part of a household that's already enrolled in an existing project, you can select the project from the project enrollment drop-down list. This will further optimize the search process as only household members from households enrolled in the selected project that meet any other specified criteria will be selected. You can also further optimize the search criteria by selecting any of the applicable additional filters. Only select beneficiaries with photos. This will select only those household members with pictures in their profiles. Only select beneficiaries who have never been issued ID cards before. This will select household members that the system hasn't logged any card printing against yet. That is, no record in the system that cards have been printed for them. Only select beneficiaries who are head of household. This will only select the household members that are heads of registered household. Please note that all these options can be combined where necessary, and in that case, household members that will be selected in the next step will have to meet all the selected criteria. After specifying the criteria, click Next in order to proceed to step 2 of the card printing process. Here you can review the list of selected beneficiaries to confirm their eligibility for new ID cards. The list is sorted by family name and then given name. If you want to exclude a beneficiary, uncheck their selection box in the first column. Use the master checkbox in the header to select or unselect all. A check mark and a head indicates the member is the head of household. A check mark and a photo means there's a picture in the household member profile. Print count is 0 means a card has never been issued to the household member. If it's greater or equal to 1, then a card or cards have been printed and issued a number of times equivalent to the print count figure. You can navigate to different pages if the list is paginated due to length. Use this navigation to navigate pages. When selection of the card recipients has been finalized, you can click Next to proceed to the next step, or back if the selection criteria needs to be specified again. In step 3 of the card printing process, specify the card printing format by clicking on the Card Format button. The Card Format dialog box allows you to specify the target card print type, that is, standard card or EMV chip card. Here you can also specify the optional content to be included on the printed card. These include admin level 1 and level 2, community, and whether or not to include the LMMS logo and photo. In our case, we have community, barangay, municipality, LMMS logo, barcode ID, and photo. With the EMV chip card type, printing is done on the back of the card with the magnetic strip at the top. Text will flow around the depression on the back of the chip so that the quality of the printed text will not be compromised. The barcode and the ID can be suppressed by unchecking the corresponding checkbox on the Card Format dialog box. This is useful when such information is pre-printed on the card by the card manufacturer and the card number is used as the assigned ID. The standard card type is more or less what was already in LMMS, except that the household location details can now be customized and the width of the barcode is now optimized. With the standard card type, you can now choose to print the LMMS logo in case the cards being used are generic blank cards that don't have the pre-printed LMMS branding. To avoid issues related to borderless printing, a white margin is added around the printed logo. Once you're done specifying the format, click Generate ID Cards to create cards for the selected recipients. A new browser tab will open to display the cards for preview and printing. Please note that the orange logo band at the bottom of each card will not be printed unless explicitly selected in the Card Format pop-up event. Then click Generate Report to create a printable report that lists all the card recipients and includes a signature or thumbprint column for them to provide acknowledgement. On the LMMS ID Card Preview tab, you can see a web view of the Beneficiary Ration ID Cards. Now you will need to prepare the printer by setting appropriate margins and selecting other required formats. Select Print from the Firefox menu. Click Page Setup to set the print format or options and then set the card printing margins and header and footer. Select Orientation Landscape, set the scale to shrink to fit page width, and then select Print Background. Adjust all the margins top, left, right and bottom to 0. Click OK. Once you are done. Once you have done this, click Print to send the job to the printer and then select your card printer from the list of printers available. Now go back to the ID card recipient list like shown on the screen. You have now successfully printed a beneficiary ID card. When all printing tasks have been completed successfully, then click on the Finish button to complete this process. Only at this point will the print count be incremented. We hope this video has been helpful for you to understand the process of card printing in LMMS. You can always look at the support material included below. You can also reach out to us by sending an email to helpdesk@lmms.org.